We love our rankings here on The Drop. Greg Wyshynski loves rankings on ESPN.com. You actually had a really cool top 10 system that you implemented. This is a series, as I understand it. Can you just give us a little bit of a dive on the
sure.
scoring
So
system?
this is the way we work it with our top 10 rankings. We try to rope in some experts, right? So we've got 10 active NHL players, and we got 10 executives, and we had them all submit anonymous ballots to us to rank the top 10 best centers, wings, defensemen, and goalies in the league. The goalie list that we're going to talk about had some surprises already.
There's the list.
Not a surprise at the top. Vasilevsky, Shurkin, Hellebuck, Sorokin, pretty much your top 4 across the board. You can reorder them however you want. One name I'd like to talk about, Arda, number 9, John Gibson. The experts within the National Hockey League we spoke to, and a couple that are in the goaltending community, ranked John Gibson of the Anaheim Ducks as the 9th best goaltender in this league in the year of our Lord 2023. Now, if this was like 4 years ago, sure, why not? And maybe they're thinking, Arda, that if you take John Gibson off the Ducks, that he reverts back to form and becomes great.
Yeah.
But the days of him being the guy on a bad team putting up real good numbers despite them, well, they're over. I was shocked. I ain't using that word lightly. Shocked that John Gibson made the top 10.
I mean, maybe he is that goaltender, goes to a good team if he does go somewhere at the trade deadline and bolsters them.
Could be.
Could very well be the case.
Yeah, but making the list ahead of Thatcher Demko, ahead of Freddie Anderson, that was the shock for me.
Linus Ullmark at number 7 might be shocking to some just because he's so far ahead in many, many categories.
Yeah.
Like the gap between him and number 2 in save percentage is the same gap between like 2 and 13. It's unbelievable. Like just the numbers that Linus Ullmark is putting up. But then again, to your point though, like with Vasilevsky, if you're looking at that list and saying, who do I trust in a game 7?
Right.
Vasilevsky, Shesterkin, that makes sense. So Ullmark at 7 is...
It's where I expect him to be because you have to remember, again, a lot of this is reputation-based. He's done it for one season, and he's done it for one season behind what is a defensive machine led by Patrice Bergeron, with Charlie McAvoy, with Hampus Lindholm, and with Jim Montgomery's system.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of respect for the numbers he's put up, but a lot of hesitation to see, okay, let's see what he looks like after this season and after next season. And is he going to be in that top 4 eventually?
You did another top 10 as well. This time, defenseman.
That's right. Top 10 defensemen in this league. Again, a little bit of controversy based on the ranking here. I think a lot of people...
Cale Makar, number 1? No way.
I don't quite think it's that. But I will say that, the amount of divisiveness over Erik Karlsson at number 6 was surprising for me. Obviously, Erik Karlsson right now is on track to, I believe, have the 11th best offensive season in NHL history by a defenseman, and everybody in front of him is either named Coffee or Orr.
That's not bad.
But that being said, there are still people that believe that Erik Karlsson is putting up offensive numbers thanks to forgetting completely how to play defense.
And we all know that the Norris Trophy is an offensive trophy, so Erik Karlsson is a lock for that trophy.
Right. So I talked to some people that believe that he is, he doesn't play D. He should be even. I had one guy tell me he shouldn't even be on this list. But I have talked to other people that say, get him out of San Jose, put him on a contender, dangle that carrot of contention and relevance in front of him, and you'll see the old Erik Karlsson that can score at will, but also takes care of business in his own zone. And don't forget, Arda, the best defense can sometimes be offense.
And that's what Erik Karlsson brings. What about Jacob Slavin?
So Jacob Slavin, for me, belongs a little bit higher on this list. The defensive defenseman in our league does not get love, right? And so Jacob Slavin was number 9 on this list. Hey, look, he doesn't put up a lot of points. It's not his job. All he does is get incredible performances out of people like Dougie Hamilton, like Tony DeAngelo, now Brent Burns. He is a rock on which you build a great offensive defenseman. He is a rock on which you build a great defensive team. For me, Jacob Slavin is a very special player. Again, not a great two-way defenseman. You'll get more points out of other people. But for me, should be higher than 9th on this list for what he does.
Jacob Slavin and the Carolina Hurricanes will be in action this Saturday against the Washington Capitals in the next edition of the Stadium Series.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.